Hey everyone, and welcome to the Planet OSRS Complete King Black Dragon Range Guide. We're going to cover everything from gear and inventory to crossbows to two-handed bows and everything in between. I'm not going to let this thing drag on, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Just remember, KBD might have 3 heads, but you only need about half of one brain to be successful here. So let's go ahead and get started right now. So, I'm going to cover gear and inventory and setup and everything of a crossbow kill. I'm actually going to show a few crossbow kills. For this first part, I'm going to use the Dragon Hunter crossbow. So, there are a couple of nice advantages to KBD doing it ranged. Mainly, melee, you really only have a couple of options. You're going to want a Dragon Hunter Lance or a Fang or something along those lines, something really high level. But you have a little bit more available to you for range, so I'm going to show a couple different ways to go about it here as well. The only thing is with the King Black Dragon being in the wilderness, what you take it's all in what you're comfortable risking with it being in the wilderness. So I'm going to show you what I'm taking for this setup here. Archer's Helm, I'm going to go with Ava's Assembler. I'm going to do an Anguish. I have some Ruby Dragon Bolts. They're good for the first half of the fight. A lot of folks recommend switching out to Diamond. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to waste the inventory spot, so I'm just going to use these the whole time for the kill, but it is something you can use any other lower grade ammo if you want. Rune, Diamond Bolts, whatever you're comfortable risking. For the purposes of this guide, though, I'm going to be using these for this run. Dragon Hunter Crossbow, Black D-Hide Tops and Bottoms, Shazian Boots 5, Barrow's Gloves, and a Venator Ring. That's what I'm taking. Ring of Shadows, the wiki also says is good here. I'm going all offense, though, so that's what I want to take for this. And then my inventory, I only need an extended anti-fire since I have a Dragonfire shield. I'm going to take an Antidote Plus. I have a dose of Ranging Potion, and I like to take a Super Defense just in case I have to run in, and for some reason, if I were to find myself underneath them, I like the defense bonus. You can take a Bastion Potion. There's a lot of different options. This is just the layout of what I'm taking. As far as getting to the King Black Dragon, like I said, he is in the wilderness. He's backed by the lava maze. A lot of folks will use a burning amulet and just go to the lava maze teleport and then run out and up. I actually have the wilderness diaries and everything completed, so I'm going to just use a construction cape, teleport to my house here, and then hit the obelisk right over here. Oops, let me hit set or teleport to destination. Enter the wilderness. And then it's just running down over here. And you definitely want to pot up on your way down. You want to make sure that your potions and everything are done on your way down. So there's the lever. I always commune to make sure that I'm not, usually I commune to make sure that I'm not crashing anybody. So I'm going to go ahead and pot up. And pull the lever. Throw my prayers on. I'm praying ranged and rigor. Oh man, it's lagging real bad. And then it's just stand here, range him, just kind of keeping an eye on prayers, food, all that fun stuff. And that's all there is to it. I would note, you want to make sure that you have auto retaliate on. because he has a special attack, which we'll go over right now here. And then he's going to spawn in the middle of the room over here. You want to make sure that you have auto retaliate on, because he has a couple of special attacks. He can weaken your, he can drain your stats, so you may want to bring a couple doses of ranging potion and, defense potion or bastion potion, whatever you're using, just because. He can freeze you as well. And that's really it. Praying Mage is going to negate a lot of the damage, and then between the Dragonfire Shield and the dose of the potion, you should be in good shape. Just going to show a couple of kills here. And you can flick your prayers off in between. He doesn't have a long respawn time, but just to conserve prayer. And there's really not a lot to it. It's actually pretty chill. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, the reason you want auto retaliate on is if you do get frozen, when you're unfrozen, you'll just automatically start attacking again. So it's just a little bit more AFK, a little bit more, one less thing you have to worry about than manually clicking back on him. I'm going to go ahead and run out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it after this kill. I'm going to re-gear, and I'm going to show you a little bit more of a budget type of setup. And then I'm going to show you an example with a two-handed crossbow as well. Something where you don't have, the idea being you don't have a shield, that sort of thing. Oh, wow. That's great for the guide. I don't think I've ever gotten that here before. I have one. I don't know. That's great for the guide. Wow. Awesome. That was all live. I still don't have the pet here, so okay, I guess we're just gonna go another kill here. You'll love to see that. Let's go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you do KBD. Oh, wow. What a drop. So for context here, I have over 8,000 kills at King Black Dragon. Still don't have a pet. That's actually the first Vissage here. I think I have another one somewhere. Or maybe this is my second one here. I can't remember. I think this is probably Vissage number 2 and over 8,000 kills. Right here live for YouTube. Right here for the guide. But I still don't have the pet. I was just thinking it would have been ironic if I ended up getting the pet there. Wow. What a drop. That was great. I'm not even a big YouTuber. I have like no, this is a small little YouTube channel and I have that streamer's luck. All right. Let's go ahead and bail. Like I was saying here, last kill, I promise. The layer itself is not in the wilderness, but you have to go through the wilderness to get there, so you can teleport out with any teleport method that you have. I just have it set up for my construction cape to be a one-click teleport option, so you can teleport out in here. The other thing that you can do that I meant to go over when I was talking gear and inventory as well, you can bring a looting bag and run out to the lever, go back out into the area there where the poisonous spiders were, and then put all your stuff in your looting bag and then come right back in here. It's kind of tedious. A lot of people don't really do that. Most of the time, most of my trips, my food keeps up with my inventory pretty good. I mean, there's times where I'm leaving stuff on the ground, but it's not too terribly bad. So yeah, that's this method. I'm going to go ahead and teleport out. And I'm going to gear up with a more budget setup, and we'll show that. All right, so this is going to be my budget gear crossbow run. I'm going to use the Archer's Helm, Ava's Device, Glory, Diamond Rune Bolts, Rune Crossbow, obviously the Anti-Fire Shield, Black D-Hide tops and bottoms. I'm going to go Barrow's Gloves, keep the Shazian boots, and I swapped out the Venator Ring for a Ring of Shadows. Inventory looks the same, so let's go ahead and teleport. Run out to the wilderness, and boy, I'll tell you, here's to hoping that this run gives me something as good as that last run just did. That would be something. So going back down here, obviously the Burning Amulet's going to bring you up right down there next to that lava pond. Then you got to run up. PKers like to chill right here and down on the lower left-hand corner over there, where you turn up to go to the gate there. So just be aware of that. Not often that you get PK'd, but still. Potting up here. Rip the lever. Get ready to pray. And right back on it. And he still has a little bit of health damage from my last run here, because I got in and out here pretty quick. So he's still damaged from me when I was teleporting out from the last run that I was doing. So pretty fortuitous and nice, quick and easy kill. And so this is like I was saying there during when I was breaking down the gear, this is a budget gear, so I'm still using a crossbow, but I'm still getting pretty decent kills. I mean, I have 99 in all combat stats, so that's definitely playing a factor into it here. But all that's to say, you can really kind of wait a little bit, or you don't have to wait as long to do ranged as you would for melee gear that would make these trips worth your time, I should say. You can just bring a Rune crossbow, or maybe even a Dragon crossbow, or whatever bolts you have. A little bit more budget gear. You're going to have the most money tied up in the bolts themselves, but it does make the kills go a little bit quicker, so you can get down here at a little bit lower combat level, which is nice, but it's pretty much just the same here. Burning through supplies a little bit more because the kills are taking a little bit longer. I don't have the defense stats that I normally would. You may have to sip a second dose of ranging potion or bastion potion or whatever you're using there as well. So just be mindful of that. So we'll go ahead and show a couple more kills here just with this budget setup a little bit. Hopefully I get it here. There we go. Nothing too good on the drops, but you know what? It had been probably about 4,000 kills here since I was due. So I like I said, I was due for something here. Just not the pet. But that's okay. And as you can see, there's a lot of downtime here. You just want to, check in periodically. Just make sure your prayer is not going down too fast. That's the only thing. Just making sure that you're hitting that prayer potion. Keeping an eye on your stats as he starts to drain you. The chat box will actually say you feel weakened, I believe is what it says. So just keeping an eye on all that. And like I said, there's plenty of different gear options, plenty of different inventory options. I'm by no means saying that this is the way that you have to go to do it or anything like that, but you have options as far as gear and inventory goes. Some folks will bring a couple of restores. Totally fine. It's all in what you are comfortable risking. That's the name of the game. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this kill, teleport out, and I'm going to show you a two-handed bow type of kill. I know I said it earlier, two-handed crossbow. I misspoke. I'm going to go ahead and show you what a kill will look like with a two-handed bow right after this. All right, this is going to be the two-handed bow setup. I'm going to be using the twisted bow. Archer's Home staying the same. Ava's Device, Anguish. I'm using amethyst arrows, obviously a twisted bow, black D-hide tops and bottoms, Barrow's gloves, Shazian boots 5, and the Venator rings making a comeback, going all offense for the twisted bow. Subbing out the anti-fire for an extended super anti-fire, and then the rest of the inventory is pretty much the same. Hitting the house telly here, going back through the wilderness, and making my way back down to KBD. And obviously, you know, this is any two-handed bow. You just want to sub out the, extended anti-fire for a super anti-fire. The idea being the dragon shield or the dragon fire shield or the ward, whatever you're using, provides one layer of dragon fire defense. Since we can't wear a shield, we need two, so the super anti-fire will do that. Gonna pot up here, get back into the lair for another run. And obviously, again, you can use whatever ammunition you want. I'm going to be, I'm using amethyst arrows. I've seen some folks bring dragon arrows in here. Either way, it's going to absolutely shred KBD. So this will be a real nice little trip here. No fun bolt specs this time, but that's okay. And that's really all there is to it. It's pretty much rinse and repeat, just with some slightly different gear. So I'm just trying to give you a couple different looks at KBD, what gear, what inventory might look like. Just some things to think about and just some example kills here. It's pretty nice, it's pretty chill, especially if you're kind of new to bossing. Maybe you're just getting your character at that point. Not a bad way to go. There's not really a whole lot of phases or mechanics. The only real things, again, that you really have to be worried about is freezing attack, draining your draining attacks. As long as you have antidote, you dodge the poison. Your dragon fire potions will take care of most of the dragon damage, and then praying magic negates some more. If you're going to do the ranged method and stay kind of far back from him. So there's really not a whole lot to this. It's going to be a real nice guide here. So closing thoughts, coaching tips, just as it wraps here. I'm going to go ahead and show a little bit more of this trip, but figured I'd just kind of start with some closing thoughts here as it starts to wind down a little bit. Make sure that you pot up before you pull the lever to go into the lair. Make sure that you can always commune with the lever first if you care about making sure that you're not crashing anybody. If there is somebody there, you can always world hop. And then make sure auto retaliates on. That's really the only thing. If you run into a PKer, like I said, they like to stand right off of that lava maze teleport or up kind of by the gate so you don't see them right away, and that way they can get you from both ways. If you're coming down from the obelisk or up from the teleport, they can be right there to intercept you. I just run straight south and just start eating a whole bunch of food. Best defense prayers, and just pray whatever they're throwing. Most of the PKers will come with multiple different styles. I run as far south as I can, and I just try to drink all of my potions and all my food. Make sure that protect item is on when you die to keep one extra item if you are going to be kind of risking that fourth item, and then just run as far south as you can. I've only been PK'd a couple of times at KBD. I've actually gotten PKers once or twice. It doesn't happen that often. Most of the time, I'm either able to kill them and or get away from them. I've only actually died to a PKer like once or twice. It really isn't something that you have to be overly concerned with. But I did just kind of want to cover it there as we wrap this guy here. So just some stuff to be aware of with it being in the wilderness. You do have the plus of being able to teleport back out to the wilderness and use that wilderness bag. However, you do have to be concerned about PKers there as well. So we'll go ahead and get a couple more kills in it here before we wrap. And that's about it. Like I say, normally, typically I find that I'm eating food about on pace with the drop. So if he's dropping 1 bone and 2 dragon hides, typically, like, per kill, I find that I'm eating about 3 sharks. At times. Sometimes you get a little bit ahead or a little bit behind. With the extended super anti-fire and the twisted bow here, I've kind of gotten ahead of myself on food a little bit, but that's totally fine. It all just kind of depends, and I have some more stuff on the ground that I can run up and grab after this kill and get everything and teleport out here, but that's pretty much all there is to KBD. So I hope you found this guide helpful. Feel free to guest in game before you join. PLANET space OSRS in game. Discord link is in the description. We'd love to see you there. Take care, everybody, and go get KBD. And I'll see you on the next guide.